Hey guys, welcome back to another cleaning video. If you are new, welcome. I'm so glad you are here. My name is Melissa and I love to do cleaning and organizing videos. Today I'm continuing to declutter, purge, and organize my home. We are tackling the kitchen today. I'm even throwing in some deep cleaning. It was much needed. So if you're looking for some motivation to deep clean, declutter, and purge and organize your home, you are in the right place. So to get us started, I'm going to go ahead and soak this faucet with a bag full of vinegar, Dawn dish soap, and a little bit of water. I'm just going to tie it to the faucet and let it sit and soak while I get started on the rest of the kitchen. So next I wanted to get the oven prepped. So I'm taking out the oven racks, the aluminum foil. I'm going to take one of my cleaning rags and soak it in a water and vinegar solution. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe all of the surfaces of the oven with this water and vinegar solution. And then I'm going to spray it with some Dawn Power Wash. Usually I use baking soda, but as I mentioned, I wasn't thinking it was too bad. So I thought this would work. So I have used oven cleaners before, but that was years and years ago, and to be honest, I'm a little anxious about using them. I feel really weird putting such a strong chemical in my oven where I cook my food. Obviously, I would clean it out really well and wipe it down and make sure all of that is gone, but I swear you can almost still smell hints of it, and so I no longer do that. I try to clean it with more natural cleaning solutions, and that usually does the trick. So we're just going to let that oven soak and the faucet soak as well. And while they do, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the kitchen a little bit before I really dive in and start doing all of my deep cleaning and decluttering and organizing. And I know it might sound a little weird or silly to do that, but I'm sure you guys can relate. Sometimes when you want to do that, when the room is already messy, you almost kind of have to do like a quick clean and tidy it up. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just getting rid of trash and towels and kind of setting myself up for my clean. So the faucet wasn't too bad to begin with, but it did have some soap scum, as you guys can see from the before shot that I'm about to show you, and it looked a lot better afterwards. I did go ahead, as you can see, and spray it with some of the Dawn Power Wash and just take an old toothbrush and scrub it to get it really clean, and it looks much better. I'm surprised it wasn't dirtier. That's not too bad. At least I don't think so. I am pretty surprised it wasn't worse than that, like dirtier, because I don't really clean it too often, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever done like a deep scrub on it like that. Okay, so next I'm going to clean off my island because I'm going to clean out my pantry. We're going to purge and throw away old food and get rid of the expired items, and also the items that I just know we're not going to eat but are still in date. I'm going to go ahead and give them to somebody who will eat them so it doesn't go to waste. So I'm just going to go ahead and really quickly wipe the island off so I can put all of the food on top, and we are going to go through it all. Before we do that, I stopped really quick. I did like a little pit stop and sprayed the oven racks. I forgot to do that when I brought them over here. I'm just spraying them with some Dawn Power Wash. And while those soak, I am going to get started on the pantry. So here is a before. And as you can see, I do have some organization systems in place, and for the most part they work, but it had been a really long time since I went through it, and we just haven't been keeping up with things. So first things first, I'm going to take everything out, and then we are going to go through it. So here is a peek at everything I pulled out of my pantry. I haven't gone through it yet. I wanted to give you guys a glimpse before I do. I was pretty happy with myself. There wasn't too much that was expired that I had to get rid of. There were some things, but it wasn't too bad. And of course, there were things that I just decided to give to somebody else that, like I said earlier, I know we're never going to eat. So before I go through it all, I'm going to clean out these cabinets. I didn't think they were too dirty, but it surprised me. There was actually quite a lot of grime and dust. So I'm just going to wipe that down, and I'm just using a microfiber cloth, and I've soaked it with a little bit of water and soap. I'm going to wipe down the Lazy Susans that I have and get them put back in the cabinet just to have some more space on the counter. They were pretty gross. It surprised me. And once I'm done with that, I'm just going to go ahead and start going through everything. I do speed it up pretty fast because I didn't think you guys would want to watch me go through every single item from my pantry. So I am speeding it up kind of quick, but just, going through everything, checking dates, and also just asking myself, are you really going to use this? So it was getting a little later in the afternoon and I had some plans. So I had to get the oven clean because I still had that, vinegar and dish soap solution in my oven. So at first I tried scrubbing it with an old Scrub Mommy I had on hand, and it just was not working. So this is when I busted out the SOS pads, literally SOS. And as you can see, they work really good. I would say be careful on glass surfaces, like the glass of the oven. There were some stuck-on messes on the glass that you will see in a minute. I tried to get off, and then I had to bust out some even bigger guns. But as far as the oven that's not the glass, the regular surface of it, it worked really good. I just didn't want to scrub too hard with the SOS pad because I do have 2 or 3 scratches from before in the past when I tried an SOS pad on it. So I tried scraping it and that didn't work. So I just used some baking soda and vinegar, and I'm just going to let that soak. And I'm happy to report that did the trick. Baking soda is like magic. I love it. So we've got the oven pretty clean. There were still some spots that I probably could have worked even longer to get them off, but it's pretty clean compared to how it was, and I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be brand spanking new when you first open it and have never used it. It looks good. It doesn't have any big messes on it, so I was happy. But now I am just taking a rag with some water and wiping it down and then rinsing out the rag, and I keep going back and forth and trying to get out everything that I can, all the soap and baking soda and vinegar. Next, I'm going to scrub these oven racks. They were not perfect. I will probably never be able to get them perfectly clean, and that is okay with me. I just got most of the grime and stuck on food off of them, and then we are going to put them back in the oven, and we are done cleaning the oven, and it looks so good. Looking at the before and after, I'll show you guys in a second, just shows you how clean it did get. So the glass to the oven door, I thought it was just like something I could wipe off if you saw really quick that shot. But I think those slots that you see in the oven door, I think some of the soap and vinegar got back behind the glass. So I am going to have to one day, not today, take off the oven door, like unscrew it and get behind there. All right, I had to take a break though because I'm making some cheesy bacon, sour cream, potatoes for dinner tonight. We're going to a friend's house. Here's where I am. This is food I'm donating. Obviously some dishes I have to do. So it's still kind of messy, but I feel like I'm in that place where it's like gets really messy and chaotic before you get it clean. I'm sure you guys can relate. I don't have time to put all this away because I gotta cook the food and get ready to go. But this is everything I went through. This is what's left over. I need to vacuum these out and clean these out. So I just need to clean those out, put all this away, obviously clean this up. I did buy, I finally gave in and bought some pink stuff. Let me know if you've used this and if you like it. I have never. So also, sorry, that's my kid. He's playing games. I opened it up and it looks really gross. Like we even Googled it to see if it was supposed to look that color. Like it's not bright pink like they show. So I'm going to clean my stove with that. So I figured I would show you guys these potatoes. They're super, super quick. I just literally cut red potatoes up, wash them, cut them up, boil them for 10 minutes. There's still some firmness to them. You want to make sure there's firmness to them so when you stir all this together, they are not like mushed. I put sour cream, cheese, bacon in it, mix it together, top with cheese, put it in the oven for about 20-25 minutes at 350, and that's it. I'm done. It's one of my favorite dishes, and everybody always really likes it. It's super simple too. But I mean, you can see there's still like some firmness, but they're not hard. I usually do it when they're boiling and then boil for like, I don't know, like 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna, and I don't measure. Who does that? We just put what we want in here. Probably like this. This is fine. This is 16 ounces. I use the whole thing. I have some bacon bits. That was a 3-ounce container, but I'm gonna use some of this, like half of this for this. So probably 6 ounces. Sharp cheddar, you can use whatever cheese you want, although I do recommend some type of cheddar cheese. I think I actually want to do a little bit more sour cream in this one, so thankfully I have backup. So it is the next morning. I am jumping right in to finish the pantry. I'm going to vacuum all of these containers, and we are going to organize the pantry the way that it is supposed to be. So let me know if you guys have some type of organization system for your pantries. I have found that it really helps a lot. I know that when you looked at the before, like before I started that shot of my pantry, it maybe didn't look like it, but I think we just had, acquired so much food and had a lot that I had to get rid of. And sometimes if you just don't keep up with it, it can get disorganized. I think even if you have an organization system, that doesn't mean everything is organized forever and it's just always going to look perfect. Obviously, you do have to keep going in and just doing some upkeep. And it had been a really, really long time since I gave it a good clean and purged and organized. So it just feels so good to have that done. Like when you open it, it's not stressful and overwhelming. And I'm really glad I did it. But if you have some type of organization system, let me know, or maybe you don't and that works. So here is an after shot, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. It looks wonderful. I'm just showing you where I keep some of the things. This is like where I keep my tea and fiber packets and just some of the basics on the right and some oils on the left and snacks on the shelf below, and it turned out really good. I'm super happy with it. So now we are completely switching gears and we are going to get rid of stuff in the fridge. I figured I might as well since I'm on a purging, decluttering, and organizing spree. I just love purging at the beginning of the year, don't you? Like just getting rid of everything, going through everything, decluttering, organizing, throwing away stuff that you're not going to use or getting rid of it, donating it. It just feels so good to like start the new year with a fresh, clean slate. I truly enjoy doing this. Like when I was sitting here cleaning the fridge, I was like, this feels really good because you see the results pretty quickly after and it just makes you feel calm inside. And here is a close-up of the shelf I was about to wipe down just so you can see it was a little dirty in here. It wasn't horrible. I feel like I just cleaned it out not too long ago, but I just had obviously some food and dust, and I think I even saw one of Charlie's hairs. I don't know how, because obviously he doesn't go in the fridge, but if you have a lab or just a dog that sheds a lot, I'm just going to wipe down the shelves and get everything put back in. I got this from Target. I like that it shuts easy because it doesn't it doesn't slam, but it's kind of, we've had it for a couple weeks. I don't know if you can tell, but I need to clean the outside of it. Our other trash can got horrendous under here, just so gross. So I want to keep that clean. It's really, and it has, you can't see, but I don't know if you can see that light purple. When you take the bag out, there's bags that store in there, and it just sets nice. It's not like an oval bag. They're bags made for this. It's really nice. Darren got it at Target, and I need to like clean that. So anyways, this is, I think, like what adulthood is. You're excited about your trash can. You're excited about cleaning supplies. I know you probably weren't looking for like a full-on explanation of a trash can, but I really like it. I know it's silly because it's a trash can, but I feel like if you're an adult, you know it's like these things that you kind of get happy about, especially if you had one that just wasn't a good one. We had one for a while. It was like oval, and it was hard to get the top off to empty the bag, and so finally my husband found this, and we really enjoy it compared to the last one we had. So I just went ahead and cleaned that. It wasn't too bad. I want to make sure I keep it clean because the other one was horrible and atrocious. So we are trying to avoid that, and now I'm just going to get everything tidied up, and after that we are tackling the top of the stove. Alright, so now I am going to try the pink stuff on my stove. So this is like some type of damage, I don't know what, from the previous owners when we bought the house. So I don't know like what it is. I've tried everything. We tried it when we first moved in, but it is what it is. So just keep that in mind when you see it. After I clean it, that's still going to be there. I don't even, honestly, like I don't know what it is, because you can see like sometimes we boil things over. I've accidentally burned something on the burner, and it's never done that to any of these burners. So I have no clue what they did or what could have caused that, but it's okay. But I'm going to try this out. We will see how it works, if I like it. Alright, so I am very happy with it. There are a few pieces like this and like this That's like the only spots I see on it. And I didn't even scrub that hard. I mean, you guys saw me. I did scrub a little, but I didn't put that much elbow grease. So I'm actually impressed. And it takes a lot to impress me, because I'm not somebody who like just goes with the trend. You know, I'm not gonna use something just because everybody else is using it. It's, you know, really gotta impress me. And I know I didn't really put a lot of elbow grease into this, so this is actually pretty impressive, because this is it. Just this little spot, like I said, maybe here and here, but I didn't scrub that hard. So I'm sure if I really put some elbow grease into it, I have no doubt that it would not be there. So I do think that I will be continuing to use the pink stuff. I'm just cleaning out the microwave really quick. This wasn't too bad. We don't use the microwave that often, so it did not take me long. I just used one of my cleaning cloths and a little bit of the Dawn Power Wash. So once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and clean off the shelves in the kitchen. Before I even do that, I actually wanted to clean this wall. I will show you guys, like right now you can see splatters on it. My son had a soda that exploded and he cleaned it up pretty well, but obviously it must have exploded like crazy. If you look at the very top by the ceiling, there's splatter all the way there. So I don't know what happened, but we are going to get that wiped down. And I'm cleaning the leaves on that plant really well. I was, because there was soda all over the leaves too. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that down. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I should have cleaned it a little bit more, but you know, it is what it is. So we're going to wipe down the shelf, get everything dusted off, and put back on. So we are just getting all of these dishes cleaned. I do have to hand wash my dishes. My dishwasher is currently out of service and has been for probably almost like 2 years. We just we haven't pushed too hard to get a new one, because I'm kind of used to hand washing dishes. We all are. When we lived at our previous home for almost 13 years, I would say the majority of that time I had to hand wash the dishes. So it's nothing really new, but to be honest, lately, probably the past month or two, I've been feeling just kind of over it. I do work a full-time job. I am a school teacher, and so therefore, not only do I work a full-time job, but I often come home really exhausted and sometimes have to work at home. And I have a life. I've got to clean, cook, do all the other things. And the rest of my family, they're super busy as well. My husband, of course, works. Both of my kids are in high school. My daughter also has a job. So we're just very, very busy. We're go, go, go. And I'm kind of over having to wash the dishes, especially when we get behind on the dishes. So I think that I'm probably going to end up breaking soon and getting a dishwasher. I think it would save us all so much time. also had this, Ziploc container organizer. I usually keep them in these white bins I got from like the Dollar General a long time ago, but I've seen these here and there, and I wanted to buy one and try it out, and I really like it so far. It makes it really convenient and contains all of the bags really nice. So I am glad that I purchased this. And now we are going to clean all of my appliances. I am going to be trying an e-cloth for the first time, so let's see if it's going to work. So I will say these were just such a pleasant surprise. I've seen them a lot on This Crazy Life. Amanda's always using them and raving about them, and I finally just broke down and decided to purchase them, and it was so much easier, especially on this bottom part, the freezer. It gets really, really gross just from Charlie and different spills. It's usually pretty hard to use one of those Weinmann stainless steel wipes. I have to really scrub and my elbow will hurt. And this just took it right off. I barely had to put any elbow grease in. It was so easy. And I did have to dampen it, the stainless steel polisher. And then this blue cloth, you go back and it's dry and you just wipe after. And it was super easy and it turned out great. So I will absolutely be using these from now on. So I have everything deep cleaned and organized and purged, and I feel so good, and it makes me feel clean and fresh. I love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish kind of picking up the kitchen. When you do like a deep clean, it ends up getting kind of messy. So which sounds kind of ironic, but it does. So I'm just going to wipe everything down, finish picking up and wiping the counters, and then we are done. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I know this was one of my longer videos, but I enjoyed making it, and it feels so good to have this kitchen cleaned and organized. So if you did make it this far and you enjoyed this video, I hope you will like it, and I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.